Hey, good morning, folks. It's Dean here, Passive Income Coach. Welcome to the introduction and welcome video for our crypto trading course. So this is really just a bit of a highlight to go through basically what we're going to cover, how it's all going to work, and what to sort of expect on the course to make sure you've got the right expectation and set all that up front. So if you're watching this within the Facebook group, you'll start to see the lessons will start to appear over the next couple of weeks, which you can just sort of start to be involved with. If you're seeing this on YouTube, you're one of my subscribers on YouTube, great. What you'll need to do is, watch some of these first couple of intro videos. So I'll be doing the first couple for free and providing them publicly. But when we get into the nitty gritty of how to trade and how to be involved in crypto trading, then you will actually need to join our Facebook community where we share the trades and we share more info, and the course is actually itself resides in and on our Facebook group community. So if that's of interest to you, then simply leave a comment down below, reach out, and I'll send you the details. But quite simply, it's 0.02 BTC to be part of the course as a lifetime member. Where we can, communicate, share ideas, and the rest of the training course is on there. So, look, this is really just a quick intro video. Let's share the screen. Let's get into it. So this is just our intro introductory welcome. So, first of all, this course is really about to give you the skills and knowledge of what I've learned over the last 10 or so years of trading. So my trading background comes in the commodities market, and I learned how to trade as what we call a swing trader. So I look for moves based on technical analysis, which will go through signals, which will go through to see what market moves are happening, rather than just sort of, wake up one day, look at a chart, try and buy or sell within a day, which is called intraday trading or day trading. I'll try and, my preference is just to look for larger moves. Now that does come with some psychology because it is challenging, which we'll cover this morning quickly, what all that means, because it is challenging when you've got money on the line and you think something's going to happen and it doesn't play out immediately. You start to panic and you start to question yourself. So that's always the challenge. So my background, as I said, come from the commodities market. And then I traded right up until the GFC in 2008, when the company that I was trading through, my brokerage house, actually went broke, and my account was closed overnight, and basically everything was just simply terminated. And that was a real kick in the teeth for me at that time, because I basically lost my account. And I haven't really traded since, but I always really enjoyed trading. I was doing all right. It was just something I was doing part-time. My goal was always to sort of leave work and become a trader. Now with the crypto market sort of exploding, there's a lot more opportunities in the trading side, which is exciting. So I've pulled back out all the course notes and everything that I've done over the last 10 years and pulled together what I consider just a relatively simple and basic leading course on how to get started with crypto trading. So that's what I hope to bring to you over 12 lessons. I've covered what those 12 lessons are. I probably should pull them up if you get a chance and show you what those lessons are. But it's everything you'll need to know to be able to get started in trading. So how to approach it? My intent will be to basically release a video each week, maybe 2 per week, and you can just watch it in your own time. So it's not designed to be fixed at a certain place at a certain time. The videos will all be pinned in the Facebook group. You can watch them. But what we will do is I'll run weekly webinars where you can come on and you can ask questions from any part of the course. So we won't be running certain webinars at certain times. It'll be, I'll just make myself available. You might have a question about, lesson 6. Then we'll deal with lesson 6. And if you haven't got to lesson 6, well, that's fine. You can still sit in and listen and all that sort of stuff as well. So it's really take it as your own time to be able to approach the course. Now, as a member of the Facebook community, if you, after completing the course, you don't really want to trade, you just simply wanted to learn the skills. So when we're talking and communicating, that's great. You don't have to trade, but you're welcome now to become a member of our trading fund. So as part of the fund, it's simply where I'll trade on your behalf. You don't have to worry about it. But when I'm talking and giving some technical analysis about the decisions that we're making, at least you'll understand it. So that's one of the benefits of the group. You can watch the material, you can learn, so you're an educated investor, but you can be part of our trading fund should you not wish to trade on your own, or you can do a combination of both and you can compete against me and we can see who does the better outcome. The good thing to know too is that because the crypto market is so huge, we'll be looking at more than just Bitcoin. So most of the posts that I do are just in BTC to give you a bit of a feel for the knowledge and skill and some of the topics that we'll cover. But we'll be looking at way more than just Bitcoin. Okay, so in fact, Bitcoin, you've got to sort of consider Bitcoin as the cash commodity, and then we're actually going to be trading all the other coins against Bitcoin. So in the stock market, you have cash and you trade all the stocks against cash. You buy and you sell and you convert it back to cash. And the idea is that we keep adding more cash, every day, every week. What we're trying to do here is we start with Bitcoin and we trade other coins against it. And as we make profit, our Bitcoin value grows. Okay. So the goal here is not just to simply know what Bitcoin's doing. It's what are all the other altcoins doing against Bitcoin. And we're going to trade the other altcoins and try and increase our total Bitcoin value. We will look at Bitcoin as well, because if Bitcoin is looking like it's going to have a significant drop, then we can actually move any significant profits out of Bitcoin back into fiat currency, back into cash in your account, or into Tether. And Tether basically moves with the US dollar. So if we do see a significant drop in the Bitcoin value, we can move it into Tether. And as the Bitcoin price goes down, the value of Tether goes up. And then obviously once we see a remove, we can then move it back. So we can protect Bitcoin at the same time. Now, one thing that's really important you need to start getting your head around is because we're going to be trading against Bitcoin, we need to talk in the Bitcoin currency, which is Satoshis or Sats for short. So throughout the course, we will be chatting in the SAT value. So LTC, let's say Litecoin against Bitcoin is X amount of Satoshis or X amount of Sats. And that's what we're going to be trading. So we're going to be trying to make profit in Sats. All right. So for those that don't know, a Satoshi is 1/1,000,000th of a Bitcoin. Bitcoin can be broken down to a smaller unit of Satoshis. So we'll be trading in Sats. And the idea is that we constantly accrue more and more Satoshis every day. So our Bitcoin value keeps increasing. Now, this course is really about trying to get you to get consistent gains. Okay. So what we're trying to do is just basically make 1 to 2% a day, maybe 3 to 5 or 5 to 7% per week. Now that will build up over time, and we use the power of compounding to grow our account. So it's not here about a matter of suddenly trying to make, 5 Bitcoin in 6 weeks. And we're not looking for those ones that just go to the moon and go, oh, we made a massive profit. We're just looking for consistent daily or weekly wins where we just simply add to our position a little bit every day. And that will eventually add up through compounding. Imagine if you could just get 5% per week, over the course of an entire year, right? That's a phenomenal return. Okay, when you think that the stock market makes somewhere between a 5 and 8% return per year, if we could do that weekly over the course of a year, it's really like compressing 50 years of stock market growth in 1 year. Okay, so that's why we're just after small wins on a constant basis. Now, what is important is we're not always going to be right. Trading is all about people, and it's all about the emotion of people. Okay, so that's why the technical analysis component of trading is so important, because we're dealing with a consistent pattern, which is the emotion of people. But there's always two sides to every story. And our goal is to try and find the most logical side of the story that's playing out for us at the time. But what you got to realize is there's people playing at a weekly view, there's people playing at a daily view, there's people playing at a 4-hourly view, there's people playing at an hourly view. There's also people playing, at a 30-minute view. So whilst the people playing at 30 minutes and an hour might be really, really pumped, so they're driving the price up. If we look at a chart, the chart might go, wow, BTC is going to explode, or this is going to explode. But as we move back, we might look at it and go, wow, all the people that are trading at a daily view or a weekly view, they still think it's in a down market, so they're not interested yet. So you'll get these constant battles. So there's little battles going on all the time. Our goal through the trading, is to try and find the most logical outcome and then trade against it. But I can tell you, you're not always going to be right. And so our goal is to be 70% right, 60, 70, 80% right most of the time, and let our wins go and ride those as long as we can and keep our losses short. Now, some people are asking, how much should we start with? Well, I can't tell you how much to start with. What I can tell you is one of the challenges that I had when I first started trading was I started with $10,000 in the commodities market. That was the recommended amount back in the early 2000s. And I really couldn't afford to lose it. Like it was pretty much my savings was that amount. And so anytime I was trading, I was always fearful of losing it. Okay. So if you're coming from a place of fear and you're trading from a place of fear, you will make inappropriate decisions because you won't follow your trading plan. You'll be trading from a poor place, which trading from a place of fear. So what I recommend is that whatever account balance you choose to start with, and the great thing about crypto is you can start relatively small because again, we're dealing in Satoshis, not dollars. Come up with an amount that basically in your head, you can say, you know what, I've lost it. All right. And let's call that amount $2,000. So if I put $2,000 into this and I have 3 weeks and every time I trade, I got it wrong, 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 I got it wrong. And you lost your $3,000 after 3 months or $2,000 after 3 months, you go, you know what, I guess trading just isn't for me. And you're comfortable with that, then that's the right trading amount. Because you don't want to be in a position where you're trading from fear. If, as far as you're concerned, you've already lost it, and then anything over and above that you make is like a bonus, right? That's trading from a position of strength, okay? So whatever account balance feels right for you, right? In your head, you basically got to say, you know what? I don't expect to get that back, okay? For me, that's 0.5 of a Bitcoin tucked away, and I trade with it. I can tell you what, trading from that position is so much more comfortable than when I was trading last time, when I was fearful of losing it. Because look, at the end of the day, if we get it wrong over so many weeks, and all the coins crash in the wrong direction, then it's okay. So I hope that makes sense. So whatever account balance is right for you, in your head, you basically got to say, you know what, I don't expect to ever get that back. This sort of leads on from that account balance, because when you've got real money in the game, it's easy when you look at a chart and you go, I think this is going to happen and this is going to happen. And then you get it wrong. You sort of go, okay, I can see where I got it wrong. All right, that makes sense. And then you just move on to the next one. But there's no emotional attachment to it. This comes back to when you got money on the line and you've got your cash in there, and all of a sudden you can see your account balance going down by, 100 Satoshis, 1,000 Satoshis, and all of a sudden you're going, wow, I've just lost 40% of my account. I've just lost 50% of my account. Again, it comes back to that being a position of fear. So it's all well and good that when we play, but when there's money on the line, I can guarantee you, your brain will start to play with you. So one of the ways we do around that, let me just go back a part. So one of the things that we help you get around that is I would recommend that you paper trade. And how do we paper trade? Well, that's what the Facebook group's all about. So as you do the course, you go through the lessons, you start to chart out different coins that you're interested in, and you see a trade based on the information you've got at the time, and you go, wow, I think this would be a good trade for whatever reason. You can actually put in the group, guys, I'm paper trading at the moment. I would place an order here for this amount, and then we'll play it out as we go. Okay, and each day you can put a little thing in, what was your profit target, what's your stop loss target. We cover these, throughout the course. And at the end of the trade, I made X profit. Ooh, I made a bit of a loss. And then we can keep you, as a trader honest. And the goal is after 6 months, how did you go? Were you up? Were you down? Did you make money? Did you feel comfortable? Because if you can use that as the trading practice, so that after 6 months, 3 months, whatever the time frame is to you for you to be comfortable, and you don't have to even paper trade at all if you just want to get started straight away. Whatever the outcome is for you, you can sort of look back on it and go, oh, look, I made 16 trades. I got 12 of them right. I got 4 wrong. And overall, I increased my account by 30%. And so that's all good. All right. And then you might go, well, let's do it for real. All right. So you do it for real. And I guarantee you, again, when that real money's on the line, all of a sudden, you'll start to pucker up a little bit more. All right. Just speaking from experience there. And just finally, so whilst I don't intend to do each lesson live, though I might, but the intent is to pre-record all the lessons so you can watch the content, is that each week we'll have that webinar where we get together. I think I mentioned this earlier in the video. We'll get together and we'll just go through the content of any of the videos that you've seen so far. The Facebook community is there for you to put in your trade, take a video of it or a snapshot of it. This is what I'm going to do. Here's why. And then we can all learn from that as we go. All right? I don't get it right all the time either. So I would encourage you to put that up there, and then the community can chat about it, and they might pick out something that you haven't seen or something like that. So the idea is that we as a community learn and grow. As I said, just make that sort of 3 to 5 to 7% per day. So look, that's what the course is all about. I hope that makes sense. Let me just stop sharing. I hope that makes sense. I'm looking forward to bringing you the info. I'm hoping to get some more videos in this week. My wife's away for a week. She's on course all next week, so I've got all the time at home to be able to get some videos up and running, and I'll be releasing those over the next couple of days. So I'm going to wrap it up there. As I said, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel and you're not part of Facebook, leave a message down below, and I can let you send you some info to let you in on how the course is going to operate and to run. And for those in the Facebook course, I look forward to sharing this journey with you and hopefully increasing our overall Bitcoin value together. For our mums out there, it is Mother's Day this weekend. So for all our mums out there, happy Mother's Day, and take care. And I look forward to rolling out this course with you.